What's holding you back from starting or growing your business into what it can be? Well, if you're watching this, it's not a lack of information. What you're about to see is all you need to get motivated to start making waves. Do It For a Living details the journey of today's true players in their own words. Find out how they broke out so you can too. The time is now. The time is always now. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Do It For a Living podcast. I'm Kevin Dubois. We have my co-host, Richard.
Hello.
And today we've got our two guests, Alejandro and Pablo Moreno. Alejandro has been one of my best friends since I moved to Texas. We've interviewed him in the past before, actually, with his brother. And they run a shop called Tandem Automotive. And we brought him back here to kind of talk about that and also talk about Pablo's venture into TikTok, which has been apparently very well for him. So, guys, how you been doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
A little tired, but I'm good.
Okay, so let's get started with the business, Tandem Automotive. Where has it gone for? I think it's probably been about 7 years since we last did this. How have things gone? What are you guys doing? You were making products and wheels this last time we talked about it. What have you done differently, or how have things gone?
So we basically have two sides of the business. We have the service side and like the online store side.
Mhm.
And the most profitable part has been the service side.
Okay.
Which Pablo's not in charge of. And we kind of the post-COVID hangover hit pretty hard. And while we had a lot of sales during COVID,
Mhm.
because people didn't have anything to do, so they would buy like a bunch of stuff for the trucks.
Right.
After that, everybody was like, oh, we can go to eat restaurants and go on vacations and everything. And the sales have dropped dramatically.
Okay.
So on that end, we decided to shut down the online store because what was happening was the service side was subsidizing the online store.
Okay. So the products you were making were just not profitable enough, or there's too much competition? What kind of spurred that?
I would love to give it. I think there's two prongs to that answer. The first answer is like yes. I think it's just difficult to do that stuff.
Sure.
Especially if you choose to fabricate things out of metal
Mhm.
and then ship them. It's
heavy. It's all heavy stuff, right?
It's all heavy stuff, and then in addition to that, it requires like a lot of organization when you get all your parts in, and then you get all your weldments before you weld them in, and then you have to have a jig, and then you have to put it all together, and then you have to have like a guy who can make it consistently, and you have to have like demand to keep everything going. And sometimes like we wouldn't have enough demand to like order a huge quantity, which would be more economic.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is what just made it hard.
Okay.
And here in a little bit, we'll hand it off to Pablo to talk about the service side. But yeah, like that was part of it. Was kind of like, I guess for me, I had a hard time managing the business, and also doing the online store, and then doing the engineering, and I never got past that like break over point where I could hire somebody else.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And make a profit. And we did hire a couple of people, and we had these weird like spurts.
Okay.
So for example, like we focused on the second gen Sequoia, and the second gen Sequoia was this super underserved truck.
Yeah.
So we focused on the second gen Sequoia. We built a lot of hype around it. All of a sudden, people like got super excited about it, and in 1 month we sold $100,000 worth of stuff.
Okay.
And then the next 4 months, it was like crickets. So it was like everybody wanted something. We gave it to them, and then there was nobody there. So it was like
You sold to every single
Yes.
second gen.
Yeah.
You saturated the
Sequoia.
we
market.
saturated the market, so we kind of biffed it a little bit. But it's one of those things that you don't plan for. You're always like, we're gonna have steady demand.
Yep.
And it never works out that way.
Yep. And so, I mean, you guys were making like, obviously you had your wheels. Do you still have some of those in stock, or do you sell them out and stop stop making more of them? How did that kind of work out?
So what happened with the wheels was COVID. So I had placed an order for more wheels.
Yep.
And typically we're doing batches of 500.
Okay.
So
Which is 125 sets of wheels, not 500 sets of wheels.
no, you had 500 wheels, yeah. So
Okay.
125 sets.
Sure.
So we had placed the order. The guy was like, "Yeah, everything's good," and I was getting the money ready. And you know, when it was almost time to pick up the wheels, like maybe 30 days before picking up the wheels, I contact the guy, and I was like, "Hey, man, what's the deal with the wheels? When do we pick them up?" And he was like, "Oh, I forgot to place the order." And then he was like, "By the way, the minimum order quantity has doubled, and your like buy price has doubled." So
even with the quantity, extra quantity.
yes, because it was back when, you know, the container costs were like crazy.
Super high.
It was like $30,000 a container versus like 2,000 or whatever it used to be.
Yeah.
So that killed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were also making like products in house, like you were welding like slider bars and bumpers, and like that's just the heavy stuff to ship, right? Is that just the stuff that the you made a bunch of them and then you sold it to everybody that wanted one?
Yeah. So we and we got pretty good at making the bumpers. The bumpers were like one of my favorite products to make and sell.
The front or the rear?
Front bumpers.
Yeah.
So yeah, the front bumpers were cool because they were simple enough that we could build them really quickly, but complicated enough that we could make a decent amount of money on them. We were selling them way above market. So like our bumpers were $2,500.
Okay.
And people would still buy them.
Okay.
But at the same time, we also had rear bumpers.
Yeah.
And the problem with rear bumpers is they're extremely complicated. Like I think if you add up all the accessories and all the hardware,
Yeah,
and everything, there's probably like maybe 600, 700 parts.
Oh wow!
Why?
Individual parts.
You can't just do a bar across the back
Yeah,
with
it's
a
just
couple
a pipe,
brackets,
right?
Yeah. and then the crazy thing is like so we did a really good job with the bumper, which is terrible for profitability.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, like we had a lot of countersinking in the bumper, which added to the manufacturing time, and then we had these crazy like fetishes for really nice hardware. So I think I added up all the cost for the hardware, and it was like $600 for just the hardware.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's before we marked it up.
That's your cost.
Yeah. So and the funny story about the bumper is we designed the bumper, and then I had kind of like, and these two guys did an amazing job with the bumper.
Mm-hmm. The guys making them?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was like J-Lo and Zach were basically the engineers that made the bumper, and they like knocked it out of the park. It was an amazing bumper.
Okay.
The problem was I never got to them. We never came up with like a way to price the bumper.
Okay.
So when they priced the bumper, they just multiplied the raw materials by 2.
Not including any of their time.
Not including any
Yeah.
time, any labor or anything, because they just seemed like, because this was an expensive bumper. Like we had $600 in hardware.
Yeah. We
We had probably another $1,000 in raw material, and when you add it up, and if you double it, you probably get like maybe a $3,000 rear bumper, and you're thinking like, wow, that's pretty expensive. but the bumper was so complicated.
Yeah.
Like really, we should have been charging like $5,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was crazy is we sold like this is one of those little things that kind of contributed to us shutting it down. So we basically sold 10 of them.
Okay.
And when we sold 10 of them, then we figured out we sold them at cost.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, so we sold them at cost, and we're like, oh, son of a biscuit. So we had to make all the 10 bumpers, and each bumper took 2 weeks to make.
Oh
Wow.
man,
Okay.
So it was like
it's a lot of hours.
it was just death by 1,000 paper cuts, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like a 20-hour install time on them too.
Why what vehicles is going on?
Sequoia.
Okay. Would it not fit the Tundras too, or are they totally different? Okay.
Totally different.
Completely.
In my head, I'm thinking the Tundra bumpers, it's just a metal bar across the back. How could this possibly be that hard? So
So these
It's
are
totally
like
different, huh?
overland bumpers.
Okay.
So they have so their swing outs. They had a thing that you hit, and a table would come up, and it'll open up like a butterfly.
Oh,
And, and like the pivots on them were insane. The bracing that we did to basically attach the bumper to the frame, we were pretty confident if you grabbed a crane and
Lift the
hooked
car
it up,
Yeah,
you could lift up and shake
that's how
it.
you advertise your bumper.
that's right.
Right? Then
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
You should have done that.
Yeah, we should have
That's
convinced.
a
We
TikTok.
should have convinced.
That's a TikTok video you need to make.
It should have been.
Yeah.
It should have
Well,
been.
Still can be.
But the crazy thing is,
Yeah.
we still have people who want to buy the bumpers at $5,000
So why
Wow.
don't you make them again at $5,000?
because it sucks to make them.
Oh, okay.
It sucks so much. Like, dude, it sucks so. It's like, for example, the first 10 sets that I was telling you that we sold, I bought 10 crates to sell them in.
Okay.
But imagine a crate about the size of this table,
Yeah.
and then 10 of them,
Yeah.
and then you got to put them in your shop.
Yeah. So you need a lot of warehouse
A lot of
space.
warehouse space, and honestly, a lot of organization
Which we
that
don't have.
that we don't have.
Oh, okay.
Were you fabbing those in your shop, or would you
Yes.
like contract them all out?
So we basically were fabbing in them in the shop, and then what we ended up doing was we had a contractor welder,
Okay.
because a contractor welder, sometimes we didn't have enough demand to have a full-time welder,
Okay.
but we could call the welders in and have them weld, and that worked out pretty decently, except for the fact that welders are divas. Like, I
I
don't know.
want to take their time to make
No
it look
offense,
perfect for
audience.
everybody on
No,
TikTok.
I mean,
right?
don't get me wrong. Welders are like extremely talented, super hardworking people, but at the same time, they're also like really,
Picky.
not picky. They're weird with their time. like I'd you know they'll if you're like a pipe fitter or whatever,
Yep.
you'll get a job and you'll like stand up a building, and then the job's over, and then your job's over.
Yeah.
And then like you may just chill for a month, and then another job comes along, and then you work like 70 hours a week, and
Yeah.
you make $30,000 in 2 months or whatever it is, and then you get another month break. So all their times are all weird, and they would come in, and I could never get them to come in when I need them to come in.
Because you were contracting them, not employed.
Mhm.
Not employing them.
Exactly.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was not a difficult thing.
Okay. So you shut the website down entirely, or you just took the store off of it?
So we actually have one product
Okay.
that I love.
What is that?
We basically create, so the rear of the Sequoia is independent rear suspension.
Okay.
And the top of the line trim has airbags in the back.
Okay.
And we initially were like, oh, airbags are stupid. Let's take them out and put coils in. And we did that on our personal vehicles. And then this dude from California calls us, and he sends us a video where he's got his Sequoia, and he's basically running down a TRX Ram,
Okay.
like they're out in the dunes, and in his Sequoia, he's like outperforming this Ram, and we're like, what do you have in the rear? He's like, oh, I just got the airbags. I just tricked him into being higher. We're like, what? You can do that with the airbags? So after we figured that out, we were like, oh, hell yeah. So we just basically created a spacer that you install where the airbag usually goes, and it just gives you the lift, but the airbag stays. And the cool thing about the airbag is there's a sensor that basically, so if you add too much load,
Yeah.
the computer's like, oh, you got extra load. So it adds air until the truck comes back to its original position.
Okay.
And in addition to that, there's no coil bind.
Okay.
So you can like squish the airbags all the way down, and
Yeah.
and you get actually more articulation. So we realized that the airbags are super cool, and we sell the airbag kits for like $350, and it takes us about like maybe $120 in labor and raw materials to make them.
Okay.
So we make a decent amount of money with that, and we still sell that.
Okay.
And in addition to some other stuff.
Okay. And so Tandem Automotive or Tandem Offroad is still the website then, right?
Tandem Offroad is still the website, yes.
Okay. Okay. So then now let's go to the service side. So you're still doing that full blast. How's that working out for you?
Yeah, no, that's actually it's working out extremely well.
Okay.
It turns out once you figure out what profit means, you can aim for it really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the one thing that we've kind of the biggest change for me was hiring 2 technicians that basically can run circles around me.
Yep.
And so, because as a shop owner, you always kind of, well, no one can do it better than I can. No one can do it faster than I can.
Yep.
And what I've learned is, there's
People who can.
there's people who can.
Sure.
And so we hired this one guy who's who his name is Chaden, and he's in his late 20s. Actually, he's 30 now, but like if you didn't see his face and just heard his voice, you'd think he's like 50. And like the dude just knows he's an encyclopedia for anything Toyota 1995 and below.
Okay.
Like
Older ones.
all the older ones. Okay. Yeah. And which made it huge for me to step away from being on the shop floor.
Okay.
And once I got off the shop floor, I could start focusing
Billing
on
properly and tracking all the stuff.
And you know, having service advisors and training my service advisors and giving them prompts and trying to figure out how to like properly handle customers and stuff like that. Because you know, it's one thing where like we're doing good, we have work, we have a really good reputation, but it's like, you know, we did $900,000 last year. I don't have a penny left. So like what's obviously something is wrong.
Yeah.
You know? And I think I spent it was this year, I spent 4 months breaking down all of our bank statements.
Okay.
Going to ChatGPT and it doesn't matter. Like it got us the same result. I know you don't like.
Do you hate AI or something?
He hates.
It's not that I hate AI. It's that I wanted to go to QuickBooks and look at the bank statements, but he doesn't like QuickBooks. So what he would do is he would like put his bank statements in ChatGPT, and then he'd be like, "Break it down for me, ChatGPT," and I'm like,
"No, that's not." Before you throw me under the bus, that's not what I do.
Now everybody in the world knows about your bank statement now, right?
It's
shared with everybody.
They know that Tandem in 2024 was ran poorly. That's what they know. So, no, basically is I was trying to find the identity to certain things that were getting billed to us.
Okay.
Because I didn't know the identification. And Alex was like, well, just click on the thing on that and call them and find out who they are. And I'm like, well, sometimes that doesn't work.
Okay.
And so I was able to figure out what our actual expenditures were. And then I actually figured out how much it cost to run Tandem.
Okay.
And then once I got that narrowed down, then I could figure out what our like effective labor rate should be or GP dollars per hour and stuff like that.
Right. So are you guys doing lots of general repair? Is it all modifications?
It's still a mix of both.
Okay.
So we've toned down on the craziness of what we do as modification.
Okay.
I say that, but then we're doing a really crazy build right now. So actually scratch that.
Anything and all of it.
Yeah. So basically, we cater more to maintenance.
Okay.
There's so much more money in maintenance.
So much more money.
Like ridiculous amount of money.
So much more money.
For what I can maybe make doing a couple lift kits, I can do 3 maintenance jobs and outdo them
and make more money in an hour versus 10
absolutely.
hours of building
And then it's like, well, the truck's leaning now, and you know the alignment pulls to the right. And, you know, it's that stuff, but then it's figuring out how to mix maintenance with modification is what was the real key. So we'll sell you this lift kit, and then all of a sudden, hey, your timing chain cover is leaking.
Okay.
And let's do this, and and my guys will go crazy once I taught them how to like build invoices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've been, they're like, check out this 400 bill. And I looked at it, and it's like $20,000. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, no, they bought it all. I'm like, okay, but it's like, no, Chaden looked it up. It's like the timing chain is leaking. It needs all new brakes. They also bought tires, wheels, a lift kit, a bumper, a winch. And it's like, oh, okay. So when they mix it all together, like our GP dollars per hour is like pretty high.
And a big thing that he did that helped with that was he changed the service advisors from salary to commission.
Yeah.
And then when they're commissioned, now they're very motivated to find work.
Okay, and this is going to be my MSA pitch. So you guys used MSA for a while, and then you betrayed me, and you went to the other software that shall not be named. I'm going to bring you back into the fold, and we're going to be friends again. I'm going to earn your trust.
You already have our trust.
Okay.
I mean, no, like honestly, like the MSA software was amazing. It worked out great. The big thing that we also didn't talk about that helped us a lot was we got a coaching service
Oh,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
us, and everybody in this coaching service uses this one software.
Yeah, Shot Monkey, right?
No,
Oh,
Shot
okay.
Monkey is garbage, by the way.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Shot-
people
yeah,
are
Shot
doing
Monkey's
Shot Monkey is
garbage.
absolutely garbage.
We
and
use
I regretted leaving MSA when I went to Shot.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
We won't name the competitor that we're using.
That's okay. Well, ours is better than all of them.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
So we don't need to. But the reason why we went over there was because
The coaching people are using it.
the coaching people, and basically like the coaches have like a tribe.
Yeah.
And we would all like, so we'd all get together, and then like one shop would pull up their stuff, and then another shop would pull up their stuff, and another shop would pull up their stuff, and then like when we pulled up our stuff, it was like really hard for the coach to decipher everything.
Okay.
So the big reason why we changed was not because MSA was bad, but because the coaching service that we were using, everything was like in that format.
Sure.
And it made it so much easier for the coaches.
It's interesting.
yeah.
Because we brought on coaching now. So I'm actually coaching shops as well.
Oh,
So I'm doing the same thing. So now you can switch from those guys and we'll do the coaching as well.
there you go.
No, but yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting though, because some of the ideas you brought up that we should do in our software, like I've been thinking a lot about it. And so I got to get feedback from you on like how you would like that implemented, and then we can put it in the software so that way when you switch back, it'll do exactly what you want. And I think it was all like AI related stuff, right?
I have a lot of ideas for AI, and like I've been working with AI right now, building an API that's basically specific towards Tandem.
Okay.
And we've been using it to find part numbers and stuff like that, because I don't know if you ever worked on a 1972 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
And you need parts for it. They're very hard to find.
Yeah.
Well, deep search with AI is a massive tool in that department.
Sure.
So, but then it's also being able to, like if you, the one thing that I remember from MSA a lot was the canned jobs. Like,
Yeah.
there's no,
Oh, we beat everybody at that. There's no comparison.
yeah, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
But what would be really cool if there's like you're building a canned job and it says, hey, this is actually very similar to this job. You need these part numbers because they cross-reference to this.
Yeah.
And so like there's a lot of times when we do a job and it's like, oh, hey, you forgot this seal or this seal. And so like I need to I gone actually back into MSA recently, logged into our account.
Mm-hmm.
And it's vastly different.
Oh yeah, it looks completely different.
It's a completely different software.
Yeah.
It's actually really.
I think I think you were on the old one, so I don't think you've ever seen my new one.
No, I don't think I saw the new one,
Okay.
but I don't know if it like automatically switched us to the new one. But like, it was. I was like, dang, like where was this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like we added like, so probably from the last time you used it, we have like built-in text messaging, two-way text messaging, built-in payment processing. It's all live. So like if you got 5 people using it, they all see their stuff in real time. The QuickBooks Online integration has gotten better. So we got we can take payments, then we can export them. This week we released POs. So you can create POs in MSA based on the parts you need on the vehicles you're working on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Basically, you could now add your crazy parts in there, put the vendor you're buying it from, and then you can email them the PO. Then you can export it to QuickBooks, and it will be a bill in there, and it will already automatically have your expense account covered, so the cost of goods sold, and then your income account as well for the part you're selling it to. So we're tying it all together, right? So that's kind of the stuff that like, I mean, some of the other stuff has similar stuff, but they really deal with like the O'Reilly's AutoZone part numbers and that database, right? So
What is it called? Parts Tech.
Parts Tech, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into your TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
right?
So, what made you guys start wanting to take TikTok seriously as a business tool?
So that's a funny story
Yeah.
because I tried to dabble it at the very, very beginning. I just, put a song on and then I'm like, oh, look at this cool thing, and like, and I grew a really big, beard and then I had a big mustache. And then one day I shaved off the beard, but left the mustache as a joke.
Uh-huh.
And there was a very popular creator at the time called Call Me Chris.
Okay.
It was, this girl, and she made these videos, these little hands.
Okay.
Well, she did one of a mechanic, and she wore a fake mustache. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna stitch this and call her out. I was like, hey, not all mechanics are, well, I have a mustache, but like, okay, all right, you win, and I did it, and it like in about 5 hours, it got 650,000 views.
Wow.
Just, yeah. And then I went from 30 followers to 15,000 in about 2 days.
Okay.
And I was just like, what is going on? And so then I tried making another video and silly videos and all that stuff. And then nothing hooked. The viewership wasn't the same. I was like, okay, whatever. And then this little blue Toyota pickup came in.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'll just do a really silly video of me working on this Toyota pickup. I'm like, oh, the carburetor doesn't work. And I lift it up and it says the part number toy 13. It's like, well, that's the problem. It's a toy, and like, but then I went through and did the whole repair on it. And then like, I think the first video, I remember it did 60,000 views in 30 minutes. And then it went to about 500 in about a week. But then like people are like more. And then I just kept repeating that over and over. And then all of a sudden we had people like calling saying, hey, I saw you on TikTok. I want to bring my Toyota in. And so
it actually works, is what you're saying.
It works
It's not just
really-
random people watching videos. People are calling
yes, but it's marketing without them knowing that they're being marketed.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
that's the really cool part of it. Then I decided to dabble in on YouTube, and the YouTube it has the same effect, but it's vastly different.
Okay.
Same difference, I guess.
Yeah.
So the YouTube would reach out further than the TikToks.
Mhm.
So we had trucks come in from like Quebec, Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they made this dude bought an e-bike, strapped it to the back of his truck, drove it over here, left his truck at the shop for us to do a bunch of work on, and he just rode away in his e-bike.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, I watch y'all's YouTube videos, and like, I think that this is insane, this is crazy, and like we got huge jobs from all over the United States.
Okay.
Just
That's wild.
just from
Wow.
the YouTube videos and the TikToks.
It's interesting. So walk us through your content process. Who's filming? Who's editing? Well, how much time does it actually take to do all this stuff?
So it depends. Like TikToks, I do everything myself. I hired a kid for a little bit, but it didn't really work out.
Did they just not know what to do, or is it just not the direction you wanted or something?
Well, it was at the cusp of working out. He was like, "I hate the city," and then he quit. So it's like it didn't really work out.
It's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah. He was like from the mountains, and so he's like, Texas sucks, and like left. But the TikToks is pretty easy.
You doing it from a phone?
Yeah, just my
Mhm.
phone. That's all. That's
Okay.
all I do for the TikToks. The YouTube, filming, editing, all that is self-taught. I do everything.
Okay.
And so the whole process, the way I used to do it is, my whoever was working the desk would be like, "Hey, we got this truck coming in." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna film it," and then he would get really upset.
You would get upset at them filming it, or that the car's coming in
I
from
would-
YouTube.
no, I would get upset.
It was
Both.
justified. Just to let you know,
okay.
it was justified.
I would get upset that, like, okay, so I mean, like we were saying back in 24, it was not as profitable as it is now.
Yeah.
And like before the coaching, he didn't understand the whole hours thing.
Yeah.
So like I'd be like, we need this many hours this week to be this profitable.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, it's not about the hours, Alex. I'm like,
I'm an artist. Let me art.
I'm like,
Let me be a diva.
I'm like pulling my hair out, and it's like, it was those things where it's like you have to charge way more money than you think you
Yeah.
have to charge. Like Like when he said we had that $20,000 ticket.
Yeah.
Before we literally, our guys, our service advisors would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so expensive," and they'd mark down the parts because they felt
think the
bad for the customer,
yeah.
you know. But
I've given up on that. I no longer care anymore.
Yeah.
You get what you get. You get what you get.
Yeah. So at the time when I was giving him crap about that, I was in a very frustrating spot.
Okay.
But now I've just kind of like released the reins and said, just do whatever you want.
Yeah. But yeah, so the videos for the YouTube is I would just set up a camera.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, hey, you know, we're doing this lift kit on the Tacoma. And I did them kind of like entertaining, but also instructional. So like, I remember when we got really big into selling Elka suspension, that I did an install on a GX460 and I was like, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you get past the KDSS hydraulic sway bar system and like all that. And I think it's still pinned to this day on GXOR, the big Facebook
Off-road forum or Facebook group. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, here's how to install suspension on GX460. And
Okay.
it's like, it's got my video in it.
So the YouTube videos got a lot of views then, huh?
Yeah. The YouTube videos get decent amount of views. It's funny that when I bought a GX, I did a lot of content on the GX. Well, then about 2 weeks later, we had about 6-7 GXs at the shop. And
It comes in waves.
and when I had the 80 series, you know, Land Cruiser, I would do a lot of videos on the 80 series. Well, and then we're one of the main people in the Metroplex that if you have an 80, you take it to Tandem. So like it really does help solidify you as a like the go-to guy.
On the rear bumper, for example, like we did a video on the rear bumper, just like saying, here's all the features, all the quirks and features of our rear bumper. And that video sold so many rear bumpers because people would look it up and
that would come up.
Yeah, since there's not that many people making bumpers for Sequoias.
Yeah.
That's like the de facto rear bumper video for Sequoias. And people are like, I'd love to buy your bumper. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, but it's very effective. It's just the burnout is real.
Taking all the time to do it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would work on the vehicle, film it, everything. I would go home. I would export everything, and then I would edit from after the kids were in bed. So from like 8:30 to about 3 a.m.
Oh yeah,
Like,
fun.
Yeah, and because I was like, I gotta get it out the next day. Never knew what a schedule was at the time, but you know, it was one of those things that like I just pumped out the content, and like, and that's the next thing. If you guys really want to get into it, like the relevancy of once you start this effect, you cannot stop it, and once you stop it, it's almost impossible to
Restart it.
restart it.
That's where I'm at with this podcast. So we've stopped in 2019, I think. And, you know, it was audio only at the time. And we were getting a lot for a podcast that I think that is specific to motorsports business. We were getting 2,000 to 3,000 downloads in the first week or two. And then it would taper off from there, but it'd just keep going forever, right? Because we always keep them on there and the content's kind of always relevant. And then we restarted and it was a quarter of that. I mean, it's still not nothing, but it's, you know, 500 downloads in the first week is okay, but I would like it to be 2,000 again.
Yeah.
Right?
So what platform?
So the podcast gets released on Libsyn,
Oh, okay.
but that puts it on the Apple podcast player and Spotify. And then there's a few others that I've never heard of anybody using. And basically all the downloads come from the Apple podcast player. And then it used to be the Android Stitch or whatever the Android version was. And then I put them on YouTube, but since it's an audio only file, I just would put the podcast cover on there. And so nobody would ever watch them on YouTube. So those are all like, you know, 100 views at most, maybe. There's a few of them that like are like famous people. Like we did one with a guy, the Brad and somebody DeBerti. They're from like a Discovery Channel TV show. That video has like 10,000 views, but the average view time is like 35 seconds. Kids are like, this is an hour and a half long. I'm out. You know? So it's just different. It's different type of content, right? So like one download for a podcast, generally people are listening to it in their car and they're going to sit through the whole thing, right? It's not just like a 2-second clip while you like scan through it on YouTube or whatever. So
yeah, well, so I know like on YouTube, if say like you're a big creator on YouTube and you got like 160,000 subscribers, and then you just stop posting for a year.
Yep.
You're better off just making a whole brand new channel.
Okay.
Start from scratch.
And start from scratch than trying to bring that old channel back up.
Interesting.
Because what happens is that once you're out of that limelight, YouTube's like, well, you stopped caring. So
It's archived.
Yeah.
yeah. But
I wonder if
what-
do you know Blake Hinsey?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He had a podcast, or not a podcast, it was a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, yeah.
And he stopped a year ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think he just got tired of it.
It must be. But it was cool content. It was all Formula One related. So
Yeah, it's super cool stuff, but it's like selling your soul.
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and you get tired of it eventually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, so regrowing it once you've stopped is hard, and I'm at that point right now. So everybody subscribe to the channel.
and the thing is, it's unpredictable. Like you really can't, like, oh, there's. I remember, I spent like 3 hours making this TikTok one time, and I was like, this thing's gonna go viral. This is gonna be crazy, and it just flops. And then then what was it? The next day, I recorded a it's like a 15-minute clip. It's like, hey, you want to take body clips off? Just spray it with water, and then they'll break free real quick. And that got 1.9 million.
Is that true?
views. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
You
I
can-
break them all when I take them off.
No. If you really
Surprise.
want to, if you're not recording it and you really want to do it the fast, efficient way, just spray WD-40.
Well,
on them.
I have tried that on ones I can't get loose.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that usually works. I didn't think to do all of them that
soapy.
way.
Yeah, soapy water will actually work really well.
Okay.
So like, but I did that and it got like 1.9 million views,
Okay.
and that was the first time I ever got hatred. Like it's like, that's a waste. You're putting oil on the inner fender well of a vehicle. Like, I'm just unfollowing. I'm like, okay, bye. Like, you know, I don't know what you want me to do,
man.
Yeah.
So how do you decide on what you want to film? Do you just come up with these random ideas, or do you kind of research or kind of think through your day?
So for a while, it was basically just what rolled into the shop, and
Okay.
like, this is what I'm working on, and I'll do like 2-3 episodes on it, and then I'd move on to the next thing. We did a then after a while, I made his name is Tim, and he was a customer of ours. He drove a 4Runner, and this dude's like big in the industry of like cinematography and filming and
Okay.
stuff like that. And like, the dude is like, he films for Toyota.
Okay.
So like, he's pretty grounded. And he's like, dude, you should, one, never shave your mustache. Too late for that. 2, you should just do simple like top 5 videos and top like, and I tried it for a while and they did insanely good. But I felt soulless.
Okay. So
So
you're just copying everybody else, and that is
Yeah,
the content
this-
that people are watching, and so it gets keep fed to them essentially, right?
Yeah. And so, but now I'm just like, I'm going back to my roots of like, I'm filming what I want to film.
Yep.
I got some really cool projects at the shop. So we got a right-hand drive diesel 80 series that's got 80,000 miles, and I'm cutting it into pieces, completely gutting it and taking the frame and the powertrain out of it. And it's sad because this thing
Okay.
is beautiful.
Okay.
And then I got a body and cab of a 79 series Land Cruiser that you can only buy outside of the United States. It's a 2024 model,
Okay.
and I'm putting that on that frame.
Okay. So new body, old frame.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's actually an upgrade
Okay.
because that truck comes with leaf springs still to this day
Okay.
because Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't changed anything in 20 years, right?
No.
Stick with
but
what works.
You can take the dash from like a 91 70 series and it will bolt into the 2024 cab.
Awesome.
And they'll still charge that.
Did you guys ever take that? I sent a customer with a Mitsubishi, whatever, like
the Pajero?
the Pajero Evo.
Evo.
Yeah.
That dude is like our #1 fan right now.
Nice.
Really?
Is it cool?
Yeah.
You got to run
dude,
it?
it was amazing. I don't know why. Like, dude, that job was so easy.
You know why I don't do that stuff? Because I don't have time to deal with anything, including the cars I have here, right?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, no, that car was
Truck.
that
It's a
truck.
truck.
Sorry,
Yeah. Even though it's
Yeah.
the size of a car, right?
It's the
Yeah.
size of a car. It had the Dakar,
Yeah.
fairings on it. It was not fast, but it was quick.
Okay.
And the funny thing about that, and I was actually going to call y'all, is that I can't buy brakes for it because that spindle and hub for the Pajero
Is specific to
is
that one?
specific only to the Pajero Evo.
Okay.
And so I can't get brakes for it.
Okay.
There's only one company that makes it, and they want $2,500 for it.
Okay.
Supposedly that thing should be able to keep up with like a Raptor.
I believe it.
Is it that
That
fast?
quick?
No,
not
it's-
fast, but like if you're like going through like
0 to
rough,
60 or
Oh,
something?
okay.
rough off road,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
if you had an Evo, Pajero Evo, and a Raptor,
Yeah.
like going down the dirt, down the Baja, like they should be equal. Like,
Okay.
Wow.
The travel on the Pajero Evo is supposedly insane.
Okay.
Awesome truck.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you guys enjoy working on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so I made a video of that.
Okay.
And I got 3 more Pajeros like the next week. And like my guys are looking at me and they're like, dude, we're not
For real?
Yeah,
Mitsubishi
like,
shop?
Yeah. I was like, dude, it's work. And and the funny thing is the JDM Pajeros, which is like a Mitsubishi Montero, if you don't know, but it's they have a completely different engine that's got an accelerator pump like a diesel for the gas engine. It's like a TDI system.
Okay.
And there's a little screen in the back and they clog up.
Yeah.
And if you got to replace them, it's like $5,000. And they like, I imported it for $5,000. I'm like, well,
Are they 4 cylinders?
there's 6 cylinders.
Okay.
You
But
can't get
Let's
them
just
4
put 4G63s in those. You build the trucks, we'll put the engines for them, and then
Dude,
everybody will
that'd be
make
a
a zillion more
wild
horsepower.
project. I'm
Yeah.
100%
Let's do
down.
it. Let's
freaking
do it.
cool.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of spare blocks. We're doing this. We're doing
This is
this.
happening.
I'll find another Pajero. Like
Either find a car or find a customer that wants to pay for it all, so we don't have to do it.
well, I tell you what, same Pajero guy, he
Yeah.
brought me a Mitsubishi Smart Cab.
A what?
That's that little one, right?
It's a van
Oh, okay.
that you can put in your pocket.
Like a minivan?
It's
Like
actually-
A mini,
No, like a
van.
mini
It's a
mini van.
it's a mini van.
Okay.
Like
It's
660 cc's.
it's actually called a Mitsubishi Bravo,
Okay.
but like the Bravo, it's the engine is underneath your butt,
Yeah.
and like you can undo the latches and then just fall back,
Okay.
and then like engine right there. It's a 3-cylinder Mitsubishi engine that's like it's 900 cc's, makes like 42 horsepower,
Okay.
and it's carbureted.
Yep.
But I think we can put something. The engine's blown in it, like so.
Okay.
The guy who after we fixed the Pajero, he sent us the Bravo.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, this thing's trash. And he's like, oh, okay. And well, let's look at options. So we spent about a month looking at options, and then I was like, dude, we're not moving anywhere on this thing. Come pick it up. He's like, no,
Okay.
you keep it. It's your problem.
He just gave it to you?
Yeah. He just sent me
I
the
have one
title
of
in
those
the mail.
outside. We got an Evo 4 or 5.
I saw it.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not an actual Evo. It's a hybrid, like somebody like cut and pasted together. So it's like half
Oh.
Mirage, half Evo, and they didn't have the drivetrain for it. And he bought all Evo 8 stuff. So he's like, hey, I got the engine, transmission, transfer case, axles. I got all of it. I just need you to put it in the car. So he brings me the car, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, you brought me everything. So he started putting it together, and I've never worked on Evo 4s with the engine out before. I've had them come in just kind of like tuning and, put an Evo ADC on them and do stuff like that. But we got it in. I got the transmission on the engine. We put the transfer case on because their subframes go up.
Mhm.
And I started lifting it in. Well, Jackson started lifting it in. He's like, it's not going in. I'm like, why not? He's like, I think the subframe's hitting the transfer case. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, the Evo 8 transfer cases go over the subframes and the Evo 4s go under. The engine and transmission, same mating, so the transfer cases are different. And I was like, okay, well, we can solve this problem with a transfer case from an Evo 4. They don't make those in the US. I can't find them anywhere. We looked everywhere. I called everybody. Nobody's got them.
Even is it different than a Talon / Eclipse?
Yeah, because their engines are the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
So their engines are on the belts are on the driver's side, and this one's set up exactly like an Evo 8, where the belts are on the passenger side. So, well, technically driver's side because it's right-hand drive. So it's like it's a car that he thought he had everything, and I thought it would work until I started putting it together. And you're like, that's a no-go.
That is such a familiar story.
Yeah.
He had everything, and I thought it would work. And then you quote it, and then by the time you get to the job, you're like, oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what happened?
Surprise.
That's what happened was he's like, all right, let's get it done. So like he brings me the stuff, and then it sat for like a couple weeks, and I was like, I got to at least tell him what's going to cost to do. So I went through all his parts that he brought me, and it was missing just tons of stuff. So what he bought was a long block, but it was missing like the turbo and the intake manifold and basically everything, right? It's just an engine.
Mhm.
And then you kind of like piece it all together and like, well, you don't have radiator hoses or a radiator, or we brought a radiator, but no turbo. You're missing like the intercooler pipes and the intake. And I kept adding it up. I'm like, dude, we thought this would be a $2,000 project. I'm like $7,000 in parts.
Yeah.
Right?
Before all the custom labor and all the other crap.
absolutely,
you gotta do.
absolutely.
And so I told him like, dude, I cannot make this work. We can't do a custom subframe because that's going to cost more than the entire car's worth. And I was like, because it's not the same as an Evo 8 subframe, so that won't work. Because the steering rack is right-hand drive and it's on the steering rack is above, so it was a mess. So I was like, we really can't do this. Let's take the drivetrain and put it in an Evo 8 shell, and then your problem is solved. He's like, sounds like a plan. So the car's sitting there. He wants to get rid of it for cheap. So
$20.
it's probably more than it's probably what it's worth, but he wants more than that. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about that little Bravo is it's all-wheel drive.
Okay.
So
But you need to put like a CBR engine in it or something like that, right? It's
Motorcycle
really
engine.
super
Yeah.
small.
yeah, and it's got 4 low.
Okay. So
That's
you can-
cool.
Yeah,
So I think you figured the algorithm out at all, or is it still a mystery?
I used to know it.
Changes too often?
So I don't like diving into politics, but like when the whole ban TikTok and then TikTok went down,
Yeah.
the
And now like
algorithm-
Barron Trump owns it, right?
Huh?
Now Barron Trump owns or runs it.
I don't know, whatever. But like he after the algorithm changed completely to like use this feature. Make sure you're doing TikTok shop. Make sure you know it's like the magic of like what TikTok is today and what TikTok was probably 3 years ago is not the same app anymore.
Okay.
So like it's all ads, shop,
Yeah.
ads, shop.
Yep.
And so like my content just gets buried because I'm not selling you a product out of the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
And they reserved a lot of the stuff I think for the For You page for those those established content creators. So I've been
Mr.
having
Beast or whoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've been having more luck on Instagram and YouTube.
YouTube.
now.
Okay.
So I've been doing
Figured the YouTube algorithm out?
yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Just well,
Make good content and don't make AI slop.
Right.
there you go. Like
No trash.
Consistency.
Okay.
Like just consistency, and then sub 10 minutes for like your first few videos, just to kind of get it in there, and then making sure your SEO is correct on your title and thumbnail has to be attractive.
You need to teach me that.
I can teach you,
I'll
man.
be your
Padawan?
my Padawan, and you be my Jedi Master, because I do not know at all how to name these things. I just call them like episode 201, Alejandro and Pablo.
You're such an engineer.
Well, so like for example, on
date.
this,
Yeah.
yeah,
Rev 1.
Yeah.
on this one,
Published
I'd be
from
like,
iPhone.
yeah. I would put Pablo with Tandem.
Yeah.
The podcast, Tandem Offroad, and episode if you want to do the episode. But like the best outreach that you could ever do is you take these clips and like the funny sections, cut them into 30-second segments, and then just post that.
Okay.
Post you're like
I'm gonna take what you just said and make it into a 30-second post and then
Yeah.
post it.
yeah exactly do that.
Yes.
But like that you will grow the podcast YouTube account. I could help you grow that account very quickly,
Okay.
just by doing the YouTube shorts and then posting that and then tying the videos together. And you'll see it outperform almost everything else.
All right, Lauren, did you get all that? Our producer
Yep.
Lauren, she's
Cool.
gonna cut these down into smaller segments. But the problem is like the content we make is like long form, right? So it's like really hard to like get people to sit through an hour and a half long interview.
But
on
you
YouTube,
don't
right?
you don't get them to sit through that. You just take like a 30-second snippet that's really cool, and you just give them that 30-second snippet.
Okay.
And they might like be like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to listen to the whole thing.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Are you
the-
linking? You must be linking them all from the little
Yeah,
shorts into the
link-
full length
yeah,
video.
yeah.
Okay.
So I, as an experiment to see how I'm doing, and YouTube, I started a new channel that's like completely separate from everything that I do.
Okay.
And so like I got really into butterfly knives. So I really
Oh.
love flipping butterfly knives, and so it drives him crazy. But,
I can see it on your face.
We're brothers, so everything he does drives me crazy.
but
Unfairly.
So I looked at the space, and like it's just filled with young kids.
Yeah.
You know, because butterfly knives. Okay, cool, whatever. And all they do is they take a GoPro with a strap, they put it on their head, and then they do their flipping segments, and they'll talk about something. And then, but no one has a 4K camera and $600 worth of mics and like years of editing experience. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this.
And show these little kids what's up.
Well, yeah. And so it's like, I don't know about, this knife is cool, but like I tried to learn this trick, but it was hard. And
tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like yo-yos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did that, and then my dad loves 3D printing, so we designed some balisong stands to put the butterfly knives in.
Okay.
And then you can put them on your desk, and they're there. And then we created a website, and then put the website on there. And then I was like, okay, now and this is all an experiment, so I learned how to market Tandem properly.
Okay.
Right? It's without hurting Tandem.
Okay, I follow.
Mhm.
Yeah. So then we created the website. I created the Shopify Instagram page and a YouTube page, and I'm selling them.
Okay.
Like it's
a
working.
3D printed like the katanas that people buy
No,
and they like
it's-
stand them on shelf, but for
it's
little
like-
knives.
Because you can go to stuff like Cult 3D or Thingiverse, and like you put butterfly knife,
Yeah.
and then like it's like a
It's
little.
just a holder.
It's just a
Okay.
holder. All you do is like when it's folded up, you just put it in there.
Okay.
And so like you wouldn't imagine anybody would want to spend $30 on these, but they do.
Okay.
And like and it works out. And then I went and contacted a couple influencers that I watched. I was like, hey, let me send you some stands and like make some videos on it. And then like that worked. And so we just now started generating sales. And so I was like, okay, cool. So now I need to go and find a content creator that's in the same Toyota shop space, and then go do mixed content with them, and then do that. And then like collaboration is just the way.
Okay.
Because you can have one video that goes okay.
Yeah.
Or if you go to another content creator, you start mixing the audience, because there's not like a competition for audience.
We want to both win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We both
Okay.
win.
Win-win.
Except
So-
here I'm winning and you're losing because I don't have any YouTube followers.
No. But like, you guys should make a YouTube. You guys like
We do.
some really, yeah.
Yeah, so this is episode 3 that we've recorded now. So we're getting there, but
You're
yeah.
getting there. Yeah.
No,
And
he's
like,
talking about the Evo stuff.
like the Evo stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and like, what like y'all shop is awesome. Like it's impressive. Like the amount of Evos and that you guys have here.
Okay. We'll just make videos about ragging on every single Evo that comes in.
Do it. That would be
That's such a piece of crap.
Yeah, people would love that.
Call it roasting
Roasted Evo.
Roasted Evos. Like Evo roast.
Don't bash the customer, but like,
no.
but
Well, the
would you-
customers are almost always like awesome.
yeah,
And
and
most of the time they're just buying a car that they aren't entirely sure what they got until they get it here. And then we're like, hey, like you need a new engine. And then they're like, oh, crap. Like I just spent $30,000 on the car and I need $15,000 more to fix it. This isn't going to work. So
but just doing that content, one, it's a niche thing. So you're gonna get attention.
Yep.
Regardless, because like some of the stuff you guys have is rare.
Yep.
And it's not every day I can see like,
yeah, there's an Evo 3 out there too. I
I
don't know if you saw
know.
that one. Yeah. Yeah.
and so like it's, doing a video on the Evo 3. Like I've been tempted when I come here every time. I'm like, check this all out,
Yeah.
I think that when we were tuning the LX 570, you guys had a is it the four-wheel drive Celica GT?
Oh
on the
yeah.
dyno?
That was ATS's car. But
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
talked to that gentleman for a hot minute,
Those cars are also extremely rare.
They're very rare. And
Yeah.
that thing was beautiful.
Yeah,
And the
Celica
guy was
All-Track,
like,
yeah.
I'm so tired of this thing, like
But it's been on that car has been on our dyno like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Because every time they bring it, they run it harder and then something else breaks. And then they run it again, they go fix it, something else breaks. It's just endlessly trying to figure it out. And they have a dyno too, but their dyno is not all-wheel drive because they do mostly MR2 stuff, which is just rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive.
Sometimes
Or whatever.
Ferraris, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they've kind of ventured into that stuff too, but I
Mhm.
think their still core market is the MR2 stuff or Toyota stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't that like when we started doing MSA a long time ago. He was one of the guys that was in the class.
Yeah, Aaron Bunch,
Aaron
right?
Bunch.
Aaron Bunch,
But I
yeah.
think he doesn't do it anymore. He sold his side of that or share of that
Really?
business to Scott. So Scott McLennan, whatever, he's the one that owns it.
Oh,
I'll get him on here. We'll do an interview with them because they've been around forever.
Yeah.
So and they're always doing the weird oddball stuff. Like
Yep.
they love like the really old Lotuses, or Aaron does. It's just some weird eclectic collection of cars, right?
he's got that Callaway Corvette.
Yeah, and
It's like half automatic, half manual. It's got a 2-speed automatic, and behind it there's a 4-speed manual, and you can like select the gear up or down, and then it's like, do you want low range or high? I don't know. Anyway.
So who do you find is actually watching your content? Other shops, enthusiasts, kids,
It's gonna sound really weird, but old men.
the boomers?
really,
Old men. Yeah.
Okay.
So anywhere from 45 to 65.
really.
Yeah.
I literally would have never guessed that. I would have even thought they were the TikTok people or the YouTube people.
Yeah. No, it's literally a ton of blue collar, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. A ton of blue collar. So
Because they're watching content relevant to them.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, so if you think about it, like, if I do a video on a 200 series, that vehicle is MSRP of $110,000. Who has, the
It's a smaller
financial
demographic.
who has the
Mhm.
financial stability to purchase a $110,000 SUV
Yeah.
and then dump $30,000 into it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that's the kind of people that watch my content. And
Okay.
but then it's a variety. I do get some younger people, but every time I get spotted in public, it's like this older gentleman's like, "Oh, I watch your stuff. It's great." Like
Now they're not going to recognize you though.
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's actually
Undercover.
there's a lot that goes with that, because after I shaved, I did some videos, and there was a huge argument that I AI generated
Mhm.
myself, and I just happened to be coming off of a cold, so my voice was different. So I have this stick where I don't say Toyota correctly; I say Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started, when I say Toyota in the video, I say it correctly. And like, it's not the same guy. That's not the guy. Yeah.
It's AI.
It's AI. Yeah. There's a comment somewhere in there with like 300 likes that says, "This is AI."
So how do you handle your haters? Or
It's
do you
just
not,
noise.
Or do you not have any? You don't pay attention, just ignore
I
them?
have haters, yeah,
Okay.
but it's just like the way I look at it is I'm putting myself out there, and there's a lot of people that are like, "Hey, yeah, like, dude, I love your stuff. I bought a Tacoma because of your video," or
Okay.
like that outweighs the haters to the point now that I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's do what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to get into another topic, work-life balance. So you brought this up earlier, and Alejandro has always had
Terrible.
excellent thoughts about this, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you, like, have you balanced it better now that you seem like the business is doing better? Or like, because you were always working way too much and not making any money for it was your complaint, right? So
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of why I got burned out.
okay.
And now that I'm not like there full time.
Yeah.
I'm actually still have terrible work-life balance, because now I'm like, I'm working 410s, because it's like aerospace.
At Bell again?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm working 410s at Bell.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, I'm going to like fulfill all the orders.
Okay.
So it's like,
Shut it down all the way.
I know I can't.
Yes, you can.
Can't.
Yes. I'm tired of people calling asking where their orders are.
No, but then I
Like,
can
that,
make
dude,
money
it's-
fulfilling the orders.
No, just your profit margins are less than 20%. Just stop. Dude, just
On the
stop.
products you making yourself?
No.
Oh.
They're more than that.
Okay.
And also, like, I had when I left Tandem, I had maybe like $15,000 in outstanding balances with my vendors.
Okay.
And I just finished paying that off.
Okay. Because you're having to do it out of your paycheck from Bell?
No.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like from Tandem itself.
Okay.
And like the online store.
Okay.
So like I'm actually kind of proud of that.
Okay.
So now that I've paid my vendor, I'm like, no, I can
kinda
make
miss
mon-
it.
No, I'm like, now the money goes to me. So like
10
I'm like,
years later.
so I'm like, yeah, take your own bride. Yes.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. What you need to like you need to ditch all other people's products and only do your own products.
That's
it.
what I'm like. If anything, keep selling the pucks.
I'm doing that. That's what I'm
But
doing.
the problem is Toyota just discontinued the factory airbags.
But don't they make like 100 million of every vehicle they have?
Not the Sequoia.
Oh, okay.
So the Sequoias are actually
Lauren
Factory
nope.
airbags in it?
Lauren
They
wants
are-
a Sequoia
they're
really bad, so
complete
she's
discount.
listening in on how to make this truck awesome. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
second gen Sequoias are absolutely
that's
amazing,
the V8,
but
like my Tundra, the
Yeah.
5.7.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
not the twin turbo.
Yeah.
those engines failing is a very very low
Okay,
percentage.
it's just a very popular thing to rag on them because they've always been like indestructible
well,
forever, right?
it's like that smart kid that finally gets his answer wrong on his test.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I knew he was dumb. You know, like,
Yeah.
and it's my Toyota fanboys coming out, but like, you know, Toyota is one of the best automotive makers, in my opinion.
I've tried to destroy my Tundra many times. So two funny stories. So you already probably knew this, though, but we tune cars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I don't tune the Tundra, but it's my daily driver, right? So we tune cars all the time. Me and Richard do the same thing, and we tune many of them on flex fuel. So we're pumping pump gas out, or we're pumping E85 out and switching fuels. So we've got 30 gallons of fuel sitting in front of the dyno that it just keeps piling up. So I put it in my truck. And sometimes I get a little too much ethanol in it, and we start throwing check engine lights. And mine's not a flex fuel Tundra or anything like that.
Oh no.
And sometimes we take fuel out of cars that is like
100
eight
years old.
You know, it smells like a paint thinner. And I'm like, should I dump this or put it in the old oil container? Nah, put it in the Tundra. I can take it. So it turns out if you put really old fuel in it, you can actually follow the plug, or it burned up the plugs on my Tundra, and like it would not leave my driveway.
I don't know.
So-
I don't want to know what your intake valves look like.
Well, it's still going. We're at
It's still going.
240,000 miles now, and
yeah,
I
that's
bought it
not-
new. So
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's like Bessie back at the shop, our 07 Tundra.
Okay.
That is the most abused Tundra, I think, as it gets zero love. But yeah, that is a shame they got rid of that engine.
Yeah. And this my second story here. This is the best one. Lauren likes this one too. So on my way to work at my house, there's a 4-lane road and there's a crossroad. And the 4-lane roads, 2 of them are right turn only, left turn only, and 2 lanes go straight across the railroad tracks. And every day I take my kids to school. Every day people get in the far right lane and they try to race ahead of the traffic and skip across. And I hate when people do that because it backs up really far. And there's a train track there, so it's all curbed off, so you kind of narrow in there. And I'm in my Tundra. So I'm like, it's 10 years or 15 years old. It's kind of beat up because I've used it as a truck, you know, so the tailgate's all messed up, the bumper's all bent to crap. So I will race those people to that intersection. And it happened 3 days ago. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody going too fast to make that turn. I'm like, oh, they're going for it. And the light went green, and I stomped on it. And they went straight, and they didn't stop. And they went into me.
Oh, my God.
So they sideswiped me. Like, I knew what they were going to do, but every time I've done it before, they all stop because they're like, oh, I'm not going to make it. And this guy's like, all
the way
right
in.
into me. So now my truck's got a big old like mirror streak down the side of it, and the running board's all scratched up.
Oh,
I
no.
think it's
Whose
really
was the
funny.
fault?
Oh, it's totally them because they hit me. I was in my lane,
There you go.
and they hit me from the side. It's not like it's not like they beat me and then I kind of ran into them. It's like I beat them through the intersection and they didn't stop.
Yeah.
What hit you?
It was a Lexus, an old Lexus. It was a beat up Lexus too.
Oh,
So, yeah, if it was a nice car, they definitely would have stopped. But
Yeah.
it was kind
Got
of
a
funny.
history of that.
Yeah. So, well, what's next for Tandem Automotive or Tandem Offroad and what you guys are doing? Do you have like plans for the future here, kind of moving forward?
So at least for me, my move is to finalize the structure of Tandem and get it to the point where I can copy paste
Okay.
and open up another shop.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm currently in negotiations to become part owner to another shop
Okay.
as of right now.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna go but
Locally or is it somewhere else?
locally.
Okay.
Yeah. Different space, you know, but like
Same Toyota stuff?
no.
Okay.
No, just general maintenance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But for as far as Tandem is that now that I've set it up to where I don't have to be the important part for Tandem to operate,
Sure.
is to go back in hard into marketing and media.
Okay.
And that's the next step for me, but is getting Tandem to grow to multiple locations, but then also
Okay.
grow our social space.
Okay. And Alejandro, what are you up to?
So like I'm going to do my corporate job.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to also open up like a general maintenance shop.
Okay.
So that might be like a thing that's 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
Instead of like, people they pay off all their debt, they pay off their house, and they're like, I'm gonna own more property. I'm thinking about like opening up another shop that's just general maintenance.
Gotcha.
Because when we did that coaching thing, they literally have the whole thing laid out. It's like it's like a whole
formula.
It's literally a formula, and there's almost no way you can mess it up.
Yeah.
When we went to the convention, like we would talk to lady shop owners.
Yeah.
And
they don't know how to work on cars.
And they make the
but there's
best
guys
owners.
that do that too. Yeah.
They make the best owners
Yeah.
because the guys that know how to work their cars, they think they know how to run the business.
Yeah.
And the girls that don't know how to work on cars, they just do exactly what they're told, which is like, do this, advertise this way, like run your accounting this way, run the formula. And those succeed the best.
Sure.
Yeah, there's one lady I talked to. She was on her third shop, and she was grossing $800,000 a month.
Oh, whoa. Big shop, though. That'd be a huge shop, huh?
Well, yeah, she had 3 shops.
Oh, okay.
So, but like her best shop was doing like 200 or 350,000 a month.
Okay.
And 12 techs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
it's once you get that, like he says, once you get that formula down, it's
Yep. Which is the problem with the performance stuff is there is no formula for it.
There's no formula for it. But that's, in my opinion, like there's a guy I talked to is your FU, business. Like what's your like every business owner has that FU business. Like for us, it's Tandem.
Okay.
Like we do the best work on Toyotas.
Yeah.
You can, and we do off-roady things and fun off-roady things. And we have a YouTube channel.
They're passion projects, essentially, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how do we get in touch with you guys? Like what is your TikTok channel and how do we follow you?
Yeah, so you can follow me Pablo with Tandem on TikTok.
Okay.
And then it's Tandem Offroad YouTube channel, and then Tandem Offroad is our Instagram, and we have a Facebook as well, Tandem Offroad.
And how do we email Alejandro and harass him?
Nobody wants to email me. No, just contact Pablo. Like I guess if you want to email me for whatever reason, alex@tandemauto.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy a shop? You buy my Evo shop, and you can convert it into a general repair shop.
It's actually not a bad idea.
All right.
I think that makes sense. Like do general repair.
Yeah. That's a path that I've always see because I'm in a lot of like general automotive repair like Facebook groups. So they all it's formula for all of them. They just kind of do the same thing over and over and over again. But to me, it's like not fun. And if it's not fun,
but then
I don't really want to
have time to do the things that
that's
are
right.
fun to you.
Because I don't like working on cars anymore.
No.
Yeah. Because it's like it's like the best businesses are obviously the businesses of things nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you want to work on cool cars, everybody wants to work on cool cars.
And then the market, the value of it is nothing because everybody wants to do it. Yes. Yeah, for me, Formula One is engineers the one that I always wanted to do, but pays shit because everybody will just do it for nothing.
That's exactly the perfect analogy, right? The perfect analogy.
Yep. Okay, well, guys, thanks for coming out here and sharing your story and keeping us up to date with how things are going. And we really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
See ya. Thank you for watching Do It For a Living. You can find out more about this guest, this show, and even details about what we just talked about at our website, doitforaliving.net. Check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/doitforaliving, and tell us who you want to hear from. And if you're running a performance or racing shop, check out My Shop Assist at myshopassist.com. We build shop management software specifically for the motorsports industry. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Click subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do it now. Seriously, I'll wait. If you're watching on YouTube, the button's right there. If you're listening on a podcast app, hit subscribe there too. When you subscribe, you help us gain momentum and attract more high-level guests. Thank you for watching, and good luck.